It's just been an amazing time of finding this strength that I never knew I had. It is coming from the Lord. Like, I know that 100%. And as long as I don't get cocky and give him all the praise and the credit, I'm gonna be okay. Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And no, I am not lying in that thumbnail or in the title of this video. I am undergoing chemotherapy, and I did do a CrossFit competition, and my team won first place in our division, okay? So I was super stoked, and I just wanted to share how it came about, what it was like, and my experience through it, and why on earth I would do something like that. If you're curious about my diagnosis, and I have colon cancer, I'll post that down below in the description box. But I don't want to bog you guys down in this video about my whole cancer story. I was originally asked back in like September, October by my girlfriends at the gym, and they were like, yeah, it'd be so much fun. It's called Battle of the Ages. You all either have to be born in the same decade or you have to stagger the decades. Each of the 4 team members has to be born in a different decade. And so we're 1980s kids. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's do it. It's in Dallas. Okay, cool. But then I got my diagnosis. I had to have surgery, had to start chemo. And with all that going on, it was like, okay, there's no way. I should not be competing. Or could I even compete? Like, could I even work out? Like, this was all before my chemotherapy began. So we made the decision right after my diagnosis that, okay, you're going to have to find someone to replace me. So they did. And last minute, the replacement wasn't able to go to the competition. And my friends were looking for someone. And I'm like, I'll do it. I had less than 2 weeks to prepare. We did practice the workouts twice before going into the competition. And strategy is super important. We did do the scaled division. So if you're not familiar with CrossFit, there's prescribed and there's scaled. So prescribed or intermediate, you're doing all the heavier weights, you're doing the more technical skills, so bar muscle ups instead of pull-ups, you're doing box jumps instead of step-ups. And given my circumstance and my current situation, we just thought that it would be smarter and safer for us to just stick to the scaled. And of course, after it was all said and done, they tabulated the scores and we won first place. So I was super, super stoked. I was crying, my husband had to tell me, stop crying. And I'm like, I was just so overjoyed. Only because given the situation and what I've been going through, it's just nice. And that my friends were awesome enough and supportive enough and encouraging enough to let me on their team, first of all. And the fact that we were able to win it just makes it, that was like the icing on the cake. That was just so cool. So yeah, I have my medal, and I did take it in and I showed all the nurses when I got chemo. I wasn't wearing it. I didn't want to be super cheesy, but I showed my doctor and they posted it on their Facebook page and their Instagram. So they were really excited for me. I'm very lucky, and I do recognize that. I've been been very, very lucky, very blessed so far that I haven't really been experiencing a ton of side effects, physical side effects, and I'm hoping it stays that way. You know, I'm quoting my boss and our head coach at TTR CrossFit, Whit. I love you. Thank you so much for being so supportive. He's just been great and a really good friend throughout this whole process. And, you know, we had a good conversation and he was like, you have to learn to give yourself some grace. And that word really struck a chord with me because a lot of people have been telling me, take it easy. I don't like taking it easy, you know, but when he used that word, give yourself some grace, that made it more sense to me. Like, yeah, I should allow my body to recover from the chemo while I'm doing this versus workouts, right? Like I should allow the muscles and the cells in my body to recover from the treatment. That should be priority number one. And then second, once it's out of my system, then go back in and work out and give it my all. This video wasn't to boast. It wasn't to minimize cancer or chemotherapy. Every cancer is different. Every treatment is different. Everybody is different. I'm just sharing my experience, my story. But, you know, when it comes to chemo and cancer, it can also affect you spiritually. It can affect you emotionally, mentally. And I'm just telling you to not give it that power. Don't allow it. You know, you have the power to overcome that. And we don't always have the ability to change our circumstances, but we can definitely change our attitude and how we approach those circumstances and how we decide to move on. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get all preachy there at the end, but I just feel like whenever I do these videos, I have to share with people strength, you know, just find that inner strength. And I did share, you know, where I find my inner strength. It's through God's word. It's through praying. It's through meditating. And by being positive, just staying positive, you know, anything is possible. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm super stoked that you clicked on it. And I hope that you're doing well and you're living your life to its fullest, because I gotta say right now, I am definitely living mine. So, hope you're well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.